Now we're going to talk about the monitoring phase. So we have already identified the controls that we have selected to audit for the SOC 2 compliance, but there is a phase that comes into play when we're monitoring these controls. When we monitor the controls, this means we are gathering evidence in order to satisfy the controls for each trust service criteria. Gathering the evidence can be a very manual process, but there is one way to speed up this process, and that is by various integrations into the different systems that would automatically collect those evidence needed to satisfy the various trust service criteria. One way to achieve this is by using our Sitel platform, which allows integrations with various of the up-to-date systems in order to gather evidence to satisfy the various controls. This could include systems like Jira, Google Workspace, AWS, and a couple of others. The most common issues that we find during this monitoring phase when we have identified our controls, we are uploading evidence, but there are still some controls that tend to fail, and these are some of the examples that we have identified during our career. The first one is endpoints need agents for malware, or there needs to be some sort of endpoint management. Active accounts, even after termination, that means once an employee has resigned, that they will still have access to various systems. These accounts need to be looked after and terminated when employees leave. Patches have not been deployed to all endpoints. A proper patch management system or process needs to be in place to govern this process. User access reviews not being performed. This is a very easy control that can be implemented or executed by management, but is a very common one that we tend to see to fail. Inadequate password policies, passwords not aligned with best practice, or passwords implemented on the systems that don't align with the company's password policy is another typical one that we see. And then a big one, of course, is developers access. We want to segregate our development environment, or we want to segregate people who have access to the development environment from people who have access to production. That would prevent any sort of code being implemented without approval, and that would result in unauthorized changes being made to a system.